Oh, I'm live. Yay. So I'm just trying out something new. If you're new to my channel, don't take this video seriously. I'm just trying to get an idea of the laptop angle and things like that. But I might as well not waste the few minutes I have by rambling. So with the whole are we allowed to say the word now? I don't know. With the whole situation that the globe is um, dealing with, the original business, my LLC, which is called Sewing with Steam, like STEAM. It stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Mathematics. So I'm not technically getting rid of, I guess, that idea or that LLC. So I am reformatting the LLC that I own. The main products were memory bears, t-shirt quilts. I would have customers mail their favorite clothing to me, and then I would repurpose those into an item of their choice, basically different types of stuffed animals they were never toys, by the way. Pillows, blankets, things like that. Well, with the whole situation that we're dealing with, um, that is not going to be something that I offer at least for the next probably 8 months, because according to WHO or CDC, and maybe it was both of them, they were just talking about how I'll just say it, the virus sticks to clothing and it can take like 72 hours or high heat or whatever. I'm just not going to mess with it. I'm not going to have that come into my house, into my sewing studio, and contaminate other products for other people. So that was the actual LLC services that I was offering. Well, that's kaput. A nice way of saying it. So now I'm just trying to find some legal advice to restructure the LLC. I have lost quite a bit of money since the beginning of the year when I actually did form the LLC officially. Now, I had offered the services over probably almost 3 years prior to this, but it wasn't until January of this year that I formed the LLC legally in Ohio because it was growing. And now I'm trying to look at some of the LLC debt that I have, because I do have debt from different tools and machines and things like that that go into that kind of business, and trying to come up with a creative way to continue to make money, because that was my livelihood, was this sewing company. So meanwhile, in the last, I say probably week and a half, I've taken some of the remnants of the fabric that I had, and I was making face masks, and I still have a few of those left for sale, but my fabric supplier does not have any fabric for me to buy. So after the last couple pieces of fabric that I have, I will not have fabric available to me. So that's also a downer. I have thought about offering some of the VA marketing and publicity business stuff. I did that. I actually owned a what was it called? Sole proprietorship for 12 years. And it was 99% of the time, it was all virtual. 1% of that time I ever physically went into somebody's office or really had to meet with my clients in person. So I'm used to running a full-fledged business from my laptop and my smartphone. So that wasn't a shock to my system. I get it. I already know how to do all of that. So I may have to take some type of break from the sewing business LLC to kind of regroup and see how I can turn a negative into a positive and make something out of the sewing business. So I'm kind of at a crossroads with that right now. Meanwhile, part-time, I've been needed at a local company for some medical support. So I don't see customers or anything like that. It's all done online, which is nice, or through the phone, online through the phone. So I've picked up a little bit of work doing that. Back to the sewing though. So I thought I would take the 12 plus years of the marketing and publicity and the 35 plus years that I've been sewing and designing one of a kind, like mixed media art collectible types of dolls. And if you go to my website, you would probably see quite a few of those on my portfolio. So I'm trying to get creative and take all of the I don't know, what do you call it, thoughts that are in my head and get those on paper and try to come up with a plan to move forward. I really don't want to trash the LLC, but we'll see. Because if at the end of the day, if it's going to end up costing me money, like right now it is, then it's definitely not something I should be keeping. Because I have a family to think about too. But hopefully this is not a video that's a downer for you. It's kind of exciting. If I'm going to put a positive twist on the situation, it is exciting because this type of situation can either make us better or bitter. And I choose to become a better person through all of this. And if you visit my main website, you can read a little bit more about my story and how I view the world around me and the people and the lives that I've touched over the years. And I think I have a pretty unique story. But saying all that, you'll see a hodgepodge of videos on this YouTube channel. You'll see things as far as keto eating, because that's the plan I follow. Intermittent fasting, I do that. And I will share videos on that. I also am a mixed media artist. So you will see that as well. And then, of course, the business side of everything, trying to give you some business ideas. And before I close out, I would just let you know I do have a new podcast, and I am looking for guests that are creative. If you're an artist, a sewist, painter, woodworker, I would love to have you as a guest on my podcast. All right, guys, have a great one. Okay, let me see if I can find the stop. Bye. Mom?